I was definitely struck by the PDA. I went to the Bormio location, which is up in the mountains. It's really beautiful. I noticed a lot of holding hands and kind of cuddling and in a very natural and non-performative way. I think when we think of PDA, we think of a performance or like two crazy teenagers necking. This is not that. This is just a lot of very casual affection that happens to be when other people are present. And I think that for me is something that is uncomfortable. I was raised in an evangelical family. That's not how it worked. But I think that is something that you notice is that even in these spaces where you do feel a little bit vulnerable, you're kind of, in your bathing suit with a bunch of other people, that's still just part of the experience and the part of the being together, and nobody's observing you while this is happening either. So it is a safe, very safe space in that sense, but it's also just culturally much more accepted to be physical in that way when you're in public.
That reminds me of a funny story. When I was first dating my fiance in New York City, he had brought me to a paint and sip. It might have been our second or third date. And in the middle of the paint and sip, he turns to me and he kisses me. And I mean, kisses me. My face was bright red. At some point, pretty early on in the kiss, I kind of pulled away like, okay, that was nice, but like we're in public. And being Italian, I mean, he speaks English very well for our listeners who don't know, but he was trying to look for the acronym and he's like, you guys call it PPD? And I'm like, PDA. It's not normal or common in our culture to show PDA. But here in an Italian culture, it is. And I have to say, I have embraced that side of Italian culture. I mean, we're not 16-year-olds making out on the street, but we don't feel like it's wrong to give each other a kiss or show each other affection in public. And I think I've seen that even in elderly couples. I see the young kids on the street making out, and then I see the, I don't know, maybe 80-plus-year-olds, and they're at the very least holding hands. And there's always some semblance of, this is my partner and I love them and I want to show them that affection, whether I'm within closed doors or in public, obviously within reason. And this is a part of Italian culture that I have embraced and I very much enjoy.